rioters, looters. Who can we compare these people to today? Let's flip through our little deck. Thugs. Oh, no, not that one. Flip through our little deck. Let's compare them to Jesus Christ. Yep, that's what people are actually doing. There's a meme going around, right? Saying that because Jesus flipped over tables in the temple, somehow that means the destruction of private property is justified in some sort of a protest or riot. Yay! All right, so first thing, Jesus was not destroying the temple. He didn't even destroy the tables. They could still be used. He didn't destroy all the livestock. They could still be collected. He didn't even release the doves. If he had released the doves, they would have flown away and couldn't have been retrieved. All the animals could have been retrieved. All the money could have been picked back up. He didn't destroy anything. He didn't steal anything. And this event where he flips over these tables is almost always called the cleansing of the temple. It's not the destruction of the temple. It's not the looting of the temple. It's not the riot of the temple. This was a restorative act, not one of destruction. That's the first thing I will point out with this meme. But what I really want to address is this idea that he somehow destroyed private property. In the context here, he is in the temple, which he says is his Father's house because he is the Son of God. So the temple would be the private property of his dad. And in his private property, there are robbers. He refers to these money lenders and exchangers as being thieves, a den of robbers in the house that belongs to his father. So what he's doing is he is flipping over private property, dispersing private property of other people who do not have the right to be in his father's house. It's completely different than going to someone else's house and flipping over their tables and shooing away all their animals, or worse, burning, destroying, looting businesses, stealing from people, destroying their livelihoods. Completely different approach. The other way one could interpret this, if you want to go a different route than just saying it's his father's house and thus the private property of his dad, and he has the right to shoo away any invaders, is to say the temple was public property or public space, that it was an area designated for everyone to come and worship the Lord. And these money exchangers, the place they set up shop was in the court of the temple, which was the area designated for the Gentiles to be able to worship. So however you want to slice this, Jesus was actually being very inclusive and wanting more people to be brought into worship of God. You could even approach it, if you go the route that this is his father's house, is that Jesus was more akin to the Korean immigrants in the 92 LA riots that protected their private property with the force, with physical force, even guns. So there's no way at all we should somehow say rioters and looters, because they're mad at an injustice, are in somehow doing anything remotely similar to what Jesus did. Not at all.